guys, welcome back to another episode of the Film Fan Club Show. Today we got a desk. Isn't that fancy? I totally planned that. No, but today I'm Sam Carrico. I'm always Sam Carrico, but today I'm joined by Richard White once again.
Hey there.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, Sam. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Just won another Skills USA State Championship broadcast radio, or no, not broadcast radio. That was last year. Broadcast news this year. My buddy Anthony Frazier, remember he did Closure. He won the digital cinema production competition. So make sure that you go to his Facebook page or his YouTube channel, Movie Man Productions. Just wish him just good luck at nationals, and hopefully we don't do too terribly bad. Moving on to the movie news, we're going to talk about the Doctor Strange trailer. I just watched it. We both actually just watched it, not again, or not for the first time, but again.
Yes.
So I'll let you start off. How do you think about this new trailer? How do you think this movie's going to turn out? Did you like the trailer?
Yes, I like the trailer a lot, and I think it's going to be a lot different from the other Marvel movies. It seems a lot more trippy and like...
Yeah, for sure.
And like, I don't know. Wait, are we allowed to curse on the show?
Sure, I don't care.
Yeah, Doctor Strange at the beginning, he kind of seems like a dick.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I like that aspect of it though, because it's like he's almost like Iron Man in a sense, where, you know, at the beginning of the first Iron Man movie, Robert Downey Jr. was very cocky. He was like, don't put this on your MySpace page. Yeah, and then in this, this new Doctor Strange trailer, it shows that at the beginning he's like a surgeon who's kind of, he's got it all.
Very jaded, and he's just like...
Yeah, and he's got to be taken down a peg and learn a lesson, so I like that. And it's really cool. They didn't really, other than the last shot of the trailer, they didn't show him in the costume at all. It's like they really focused on, okay, this is the origin of Doctor Strange. So how do you feel about that? Do you think it's going to work?
Yeah, I think it will work great because, to be honest, not many people know about Doctor Strange.
True. It's not like Spider-Man where it's like, really, do we have to see his origin? It's like, no, I'm interested.
Exactly. At this point, like, everyone's just like, you know, we know who Spider-Man is, but, you know, anyone who doesn't read the comics, which, despite what people will tell you, is a lot of people.
Yeah, believe it or not.
Yeah, and everyone's just like, oh yeah, I've read the comics. Yeah. No, they haven't.
I don't even try and lie. I'm just like, I collect comics for the artwork and for the collector's items, and I like the stories, and I like to read. I do read graphic novels, like Dark Knight Returns, Arkham Asylum, but like individual, like I don't keep up to date with comics or anything like that. It's just too much.
It is too much, and I know people can't be blamed for that.
But because of that, I'm going to be interested to see, because I don't know where Doctor Strange. I know that he's a surgeon, and he gets his hands broken, and he fixes them through magic and learns a lesson and blah blah blah. But I don't know the journey. Like, who's this villain? You know, Mads Mikkelsen from he was the teardrop guy from Casino Royale. He looks cool. You only saw him like briefly, but and we actually 2 weeks ago, me and Peyton talked about the first reveal of of his character, and he's got like weird crusty eyes going on, and so I think it'll be really cool. We saw just a glimpse of Rachel McAdams also. She's going to be Doctor Strange's, I guess, love interest. I don't know. It's kind of, I guess, I don't know if it's sexist to assume that just because there's a female that there's going to be a love interest.
I mean, it's a superhero movie.
It's a superhero movie. They're known to be like that, unfortunately, but... oh wow, I forgot to put in the show notes the Ghost in the Shell thing. I should have done that. Did you hear about that? The Scarlett Johansson's playing an Asian lady?
What?
Yeah. Okay, now let's talk about this though for Doctor Strange, because in the ancient one, you know, Tilda Swinton, the bald lady that punches Doctor Strange into another dimension, originally an Asian man in the comics. So how do you feel? Do you think it's really necessary to change it from an Asian man to a bald white lady, or do you think it's comics, you don't really care about that?
I don't think it's necessary, but in this day and age, I feel like it's smart. Because
like recognizable face kind of.
Yeah, well, it's like one of those things where it's just like, personally, I don't care. Like, it's a lot more kind of edgy nowadays to like switch up genders of character roles and comics, and you know, kind of change the characters a bit. And personally, I don't really care, but you know,
as long as it works for the film.
As long as it creates a little bit of a conversation, that's what really matters.
Yeah, it is good because it is a conversation that does, I think, need to be had, because like the thing that doesn't really, I'm not as bothered with the ancient one in Doctor Strange, because even though in the comics it's, he or she is portrayed as a Asian man, it's okay because I feel like it's more of like a larger than life. It doesn't really have a race or have a gender or anything like that. It's just kind of like an asexual, agender, a race kind of being. Whereas in Ghost in the Shell, I feel like that's obviously supposed to be an Asian woman. Yes. And Scarlett Johansson is obviously not an Asian woman. So I don't know. Do you think that's a little weird?
I do think it's a little weird, but you know, I'm a big fan of Ghost in the Shell. Have been for years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still really excited about it. And even though she's not an Asian woman, you know, I think she can do good.
Yeah, she is a good actress.
Yeah,
I like Scarlett Johansson.
I don't know. After seeing her like play Black Widow, if you kind of look at like if you watched Ghost in the Shell and you know, if you kind of put them side by side, they kind of look a little similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I've always thought anime. Of course, I don't watch anime. I don't read comics or watch anime. But
Spoilers. I'm a huge anime nerd.
he is a huge anime nerd, so I guess it would make. I don't really,
Getting all that weep stuff in.
I always thought like the eyes in the anime, they always look like ridiculously like. I don't know. I never was able to pinpoint the race on any anime characters. So I didn't know that it was a problem until Scarlett Johansson was cast and everyone was mad about it. And I was like, that does sound a little weird if she's supposed to be an Asian woman set in an Asian country. And I don't know enough about the story though, but I thought we should bring it up just off the cuff because I forgot to put it in the show notes. So.
Well, I mean, to be honest, the thing with the big eyes, you know how you don't know what race they particularly are?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody does.
Okay.
You start an anime and like, you know, it'll be like, oh, they're wearing a uniform. I guess they must be in Japan. Yeah. Or it's just like, oh, I guess they're in America. I don't know.
It's like whatever, wherever the story takes me. But okay, so now we got that out of the way. Now there's another trailer that dropped. I think it was like just a couple days ago. This movie called The Founder. It stars Michael Keaton, who this is his. He did Spotlight in between this and Birdman, and so he's playing Ray Kroc, who is the infamous founder of the McDonald's Corporation or something like that. He is the founder of what we now know as McDonald's. Of course, he didn't really start the idea for McDonald's, but I saw this trailer. I'll start off with this trailer. I think it looks good. I don't think it looks particular. You know, it does look a little paint by the numbers, kind of like because you mentioned this off camera. It looks like The Social Network. I brought up Wolf of Wall Street a little bit, and it does kind of look like an amalgamation of kind of just those different other entrepreneur kind of movies, those biopics, and it just took a lot of those tastes and put them together. But I still think it's like one of those things. It's not necessarily an original take on something, but it's a take that I enjoy. So I think it'll be cool to see. So how did you feel about the trailer? As
I said before, seems very similar to Social Network, and you know, I feel like that kind of movie is becoming popular right now.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why wouldn't you cash in on that? But I also feel like I'm gonna watch it and enjoy it, and I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like I feel like it's gonna become. I'm going to love to hate this guy.
Oh yeah, I definitely got that impression.
And like, boy, does the trailer make him seem like
an asshole.
Douche.
Yeah, he's like, this is business. This is dog eat dog, rat eat rat, and I will not stop. I just want you to take them down. And I'm like, it's because I remember watching a documentary like my freshman year of high school, and I remember we watched a documentary because it was like business class, so we watched a documentary on this guy Ray Kroc, and I remember hearing about him like this guy kind of stole the McDonald's from these two brothers. Wow. And then I don't know if this is a spoiler for the film, but it's like real life. He takes McDonald's, the company, but allows them to have the original store.
Technical difficulties.
Hate it when that happens. He takes their he lets them keep their He takes their company from them, but he lets them keep the original store. But then he opens one of his new McDonald's right like across the street from the original store, which puts them out of business. And I'm like,
what a dick.
I know, it's like this guy, man. So, I mean, yeah, you'd love to hate him, or maybe we'll just hate him. I don't know. But this movie does look, I'm not sure who's directing it, but it looks like it has a great cast. Michael Keaton, BJ Novak's in there, the dude who plays Ron Swanson from Parks and Rec. I don't know his name, but he looks good in this movie.
He is Rob Swanson.
That's his name?
No.
Okay, yeah.
It's just entire existence.
Yeah,
his life is Rob Swanson.
I knew him from the memes, and then I started watching Parks and Rec, and it's a pretty good show. I like him in it as well. So is Aubrey Plaza is pretty good too. So yeah, anything else about the founder that you're looking forward to, or just caught your eye?
I actually did not know that story.
Oh yeah.
But now I'm looking forward even more.
Yeah,
because,
I wonder if they're gonna show that.
Oh my god. Dude, I think they're definitely
probably. They could do have you seen the movie Nightcrawler?
Yes, I have.
It's like kind of like not without spoilers, but kind of how the ending to Nightcrawler, where what he does, how he backstabs someone, and it's just so, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that. And it definitely has potential to do that here.
And I'm just excited because movies like this are opening up kind of a door for a new genre where the bad guy is the protagonist.
Yeah, and I like movies like that, honestly. I'm looking forward to Suicide Squad, and Deadpool wasn't really an antagonist, but he wasn't really a protagonist either. He was just kind of just trying to do his own thing, and if people got killed along the way.
Anti-hero.
Yeah, anti-hero, exactly. So I really enjoy films like that where the lines are blurred.
It's actually... Now, sorry, gonna weeb out a little bit on you.
Okay.
But, anime has been doing this for a while, and like shows like Death Note and stuff. And those shows do awesome. It's just a shame that there's not too many of them. And so to see this not only happening in anime, but in movies, and probably gonna, video game culture too. I don't know, it's just exciting.
It is very exciting. And also, speaking of which, this would probably be a good time to plug. What was the movie that we went and saw? Psycho-Pass. You saw Psycho-Pass. We did a film fan club package for it, which is something new that we do here. And we put together a little package, and we're actually still working on it right now, but it will probably premiere on our May 11th episode. And you got to talk to some people at the Circle Cinema.
Yes, it was very fun.
Cool. Yeah.
It was an awesome movie. I watched season 1 of Psycho-Pass, loved it.
You said season 2 was a little bit step down from season 1, though.
Yeah,
right?
it was a step down. Kind of spoilers, so
spoilers for Psycho-Pass.
Yeah,
the show.
Skip
and
ahead
movie.
like 10 seconds if you don't want it.
Sure.
Kogami is not in season 2, so that sucks, because he's like the main character of season 1.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, right.
Was he? So the movie takes place after season 2, right?
Yes.
So does the movie kind of make up for being a little bit let down by season 2?
Yes, yes, it does.
That's good to hear.
And it also pretty much plugs the season 3.
Oh, cool. So they are going to continue with this.
Yes, and actually, they just announced a video game for it too.
Oh, nice. That's cool.
And so, by the way, that'll be coming out sometime this year, I think.
The video game?
Yes.
Are you going to do a review on your Oddtail channel? That's the main question.
I'm thinking about it, because it does come out during the summer, and my schedule will be cleared up from school and stuff.
Make sure you subscribe to Oddtail on YouTube. All right. I'm glad you did that so I could come to the next story. So, we now have a title for the Spider-Man reboot, ladies and gentlemen. The title is... You already know because it came out like a week ago. It's Spider-Man Homecoming. Homecoming because he's back at Marvel now. Get it, guys?
I didn't have a date for prom.
I didn't go to my prom. So this title, we'll talk, there's another piece of news, but we'll get there in a second. Just first off, this title, I think you just heard it like earlier today, right?
Yes, I did.
So what's your first reaction when you hear Spider-Man Homecoming? That's the new title.
My first thought is there's definitely going to be a dance in the movie. 100%.
The ending to the movie is going to be Back to the Future.
Yeah, exactly.
Spider-Man's going to have to sing Earth Angel, or no, he's going to have to play the song during Earth Angel, and God, I love Back to the Future.
He's going to have to jump up on the stage, like grab a guitar.
Back to the Future. That's a good something old to do sometime.
Yeah, we
definitely
do it.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit, I would have liked to see something more like the Spectacular Spider-Man or Ultimate Spider-Man or just Marvel's Spider-Man. But I guess they do have to differentiate it. And they're doing the Marvel thing now, whereas, Captain America, Civil War, Thor, The Dark World, Spider-Man, Homecoming, so it's got a title and then a subtitle. So that way, whenever they do 5 sequels, they can just continue adding a subtitle. And then the little O in Homecoming, they made it into Spider-Man's face. So I thought that was cute.
The one thing I'm worried about with these movie titles is I know there's going to be like at least one that should just going to be like, instead of like, it's Thor, then Thor Dark World, then it's going to be like Thor 3. And it's just like...
it's going to be like, what? Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the title. And another thing I'm looking forward to is, I don't know if this is confirmed, but it's definitely been rumored and reported on recently. It might be confirmed, I don't know. But Robert Downey Jr. probably going to be in Spider-Man Homecoming as Iron Man. So I guess, does this mean that he's going to live through Civil War?
Honestly, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you really ever think he was going to die in Civil War?
Nah, not really.
I would put money on War Machine or Cap or Bucky or something like that.
Yeah, more of a side character dying, because I mean, those main characters are their money makers.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Yeah, and
why?
I guess even with Captain America, Chris Evans has said he's scheduled out like 9 months of his life to shoot the third Avengers movie, the two-part movie. So I mean, I guess this means that both Captain America and Iron Man are coming. But honestly, let's think about this for a second. If Iron Man killed Captain America or vice versa, that would make it pretty hard to root for Captain America in the next movie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, I don't know. But
is this really much of a like?
yeah, it's like, okay, you murderer. It's almost like a problem I had with Batman versus Superman. Wouldn't that be crazy if Batman was a murderer? We already got your impression on Batman versus Superman last time, right?
Yes,
okay,
yes,
good.
you did.
Didn't want to. I was gonna ask about that because I know you were just talking about like Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Dude, oh my God.
He was so bad. Check out the new Nostalgia Critic video for that. It's so funny and does a great job exemplifying what was wrong with that movie. Now, this Robert Downey Jr. thing, him being in Spider, what do you think he's gonna? Do you think he's just gonna like be like a little tag, or do you think he's actually gonna be involved in the plot, or where do you think he's gonna give Spider-Man the Iron Spider suit?
That would be cool.
Would be cool. Might
Although
be a long shot, I don't know.
Personally, I don't know. The Iron Spider suit, I think that might be used in Civil War. That would be a great
That
twist.
would be cool. Yeah.
But I don't know. I think he might show up and give Spider-Man a little bit of advice because, for comic book fans and anyone who's watched the trailer and see, hey, Spider-Man's on on Iron Man's side.
Yeah.
Spider-Man's on Iron Man's side, and it's just like, why would he be on that side? So I mean, I have to imagine he makes some sort of positive impression on Spider-Man in this.
Oh sure, yeah.
In this Spider-Man movie.
So over under 5 minutes of screen time for Robert Downey Jr. in the new Spider-Man movie. Do you think he'll have more than 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes?
That's hard to say. I want to say over 5 minutes because everyone's making a big deal about it. And if it was under 5 minutes, that'd be kind of disappointing.
I'm gonna go under just by a little bit though. I could see, because I'm just looking back on some of the cameos they had. Like Hulk was technically in Iron Man 3,
Yeah.
but
See, that's what
So yeah, it's like you never know with Marvel really.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm kind of, expecting but not hoping for because, I mean, who doesn't like Iron Man?
Yeah, I'd love to see some Iron Man. I'd love to see Iron Man in on the action too. And they're even like, if they said maybe Spider-Man's gonna have to fight Vulture or something in the new movie, which would be cool. I'd love to see Vulture. But maybe at the end of the movie he needs a new suit and he goes to Stark Industries and there's just like one scene set at Stark Industries or something like that.
That'd be kind of cool.
Or in the Avengers Tower or something like that. Yeah, you don't really need like Falcon maybe in Ant-Man rather. Did you see Ant-Man? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah.
I loved Ant-Man.
Loved Ant-Man. It was a great movie. It was actually one of my favorites of the past summer. And so it'd be cool if they did a little scene, like maybe obviously they're not going to fight because they're on the same side, but it'd be cool if they had a little extended scene with Spider-Man, or with Iron Man rather. Hopefully Spider-Man's going to be in more than 5 minutes of his own movie. So also, Robert Downey Jr. not only mentioned that he might be in the Spider-Man movie, he also talked about Sherlock Holmes 3. I don't know if you guys remember, like back in 2009 and 2011, there were 2 Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr. and Jude Law. Did you like those movies?
Yes, I love those movies.
I liked them. I loved the first one. The second one, still good. Not as good, but it's hard to match the first one. I just really liked the first one. The way they were able to change. This was before Benedict Cumberbatch's Sherlock, so it was really cool to see how they, whenever he would make Sherlock Holmes a badass almost.
Yeah, exactly.
He would fight. He would slow down the fight scenes.
That's actually one of my favorite cinematography.
Yeah,
because
it's great.
It's actually done by a person I really like, and he's one of the people who inspired me to get into film. Gavin Free. Yeah, he helped with the cinematography, especially on the slow-mo. You can actually watch some of his videos at Slow-Mo Guys.
Oh, yeah?
And he also is working at Rooster Teeth.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and you really like Rooster Teeth, right?
Yes.
Isn't that like one of your fantasies to go work for them?
I want to go work for Rooster Teeth.
Plug for Rooster Teeth.
Hey.
And if you want to have me on Collider Movie Talk, I can do that too. But anyways, so yeah, this Sherlock Holmes 3, it'd be really cool, but I don't know where you say, obviously, spoilers for Sherlock Holmes 2 from 5 years ago, but he died at the end of the last one, but then he came back. So like, do you think they're gonna, in this new movie, when it picks up, do you think they're gonna have to explain away that how he lived? Or do you think they'll just hit the ground running, he's alive, just deal with it?
I have a feeling the movie's going to start out and it's going to just, of course, hit the ground running, but throughout the movie, it's going to explain. Yeah.
Okay, that'd be cool. And I mean, I'm going to be a little bit let down that we won't see Moriarty come back, because surely Moriarty died, because that'd be a little crazy if they both survived that. Unlike in the Sherlock BBC show, where I'm hoping Moriarty comes back, because it'd be cool. But in the Sherlock Holmes movies, it would be a little far-fetched for Moriarty to come back, which that's so. I say it would be far-fetched for Moriarty to come back in the movies versus the TV show, but in the TV show, he literally shoots himself in the head. So it's like, that's the more realistic way to come back.
I can imagine you're in a closet like in denial. He's alive.
He's alive. Dang it. He was really good, though. Everything that...
It could have been a blank.
And that... And that actor has not done very many good films since.
that's cool.
Since it, yeah, I mean, I wish that he would do.
I mean,
yeah, it's
not
not
the
good, but unfortunate rather, because he's a good actor. I like him as Moriarty, but then he was Inspector. He was in the Victor Frankenstein movie and didn't do good in either of those. So it was like, come on, man, do some better stuff. So. Moving on from that, moving on to another thing. These are more movies coming out. I'm really excited for the Spider-Man movie, Sherlock Holmes movie, The Founder, Doctor Strange. Here's some movies that I'm not really excited for. We're gonna get not one, not two, not three, four more Avatar movies, according to James Cameron. They're gonna be released 2018, 2019, 2022, 2023. 4 Avatar movies between 2018 and 2023. He's going to shoot them all back to back to back to back to back. How do you feel about this news, Richard?
Now this is the Avatar with the blue people, right?
The Avatar with the blue people, yes.
And they were just like, oh.
Yeah, it was Fern Gully, but with blue cats.
Yeah,
And Dances with Wolves with blue cats.
I think we actually watched that one time, and
We
I was
did.
in the background making fun of it, just like.
We watched it in class one day at Tech, and we literally spent 3 days and we didn't even finish the movie. It was so long, and honestly, I don't want to just rag on Avatar, but who cares? Honestly,
Yeah.
who cares
I
about
mean-
seeing another Avatar movie?
It was cool.
At the time.
Yeah, at the time. And also another thing is, how long did it take to make that movie?
Oh yeah, it took a while.
It took such a long time.
Because they had to pretty digitally composite most of the shots.
Yeah, and then they're just like 4 Avatar movies. I'm just like, what?
And it's weird. And he says they're all going to be standalone stories that kind of work together to create like an overall saga. I don't know what he means by that, honestly. I don't know if James Cameron is saying like, okay, each of them is going to be focused like a spin-off to each other, and then you look at them together and there's kind of a loose arc that carries over throughout all of them, or maybe literally it's going to be like the Star Wars movies where each one's kind of a standalone story, but then you look at it and you create a trilogy. I don't know what he's talking about, but
Maybe it's going to be like kind of a mess. I feel like there's going to be a huge message.
oh, well, there's got to be.
And I feel like it's definitely just going to be like, we're killing the Earth.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm all for like, not being a dick to the Earth, but it's just I don't need to be told that.
Yeah, like literally in Avatar, then whenever they destroy like an entire forest, it's like, a man's evil. And I'm like, I get it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I get it.
Oh my God, that general. I was just like, can he be more evil?
I know, but I mean, Avatar, really good movie at the time. I didn't see it in 3D, so maybe I missed that whole experience of being able to be wowed by the 3D factor of it, because it was in 2009 before 3D was really a thing. But I just thought it was just a really overblown nature story about how not to ruin the Earth, and that's cool and dandy and all. But then it became it got nominated for Best Picture. It didn't win Best Picture. It didn't deserve to win Best Picture, but it got nominated. And I think that the general audience is over it, and I don't think we need 5 of these movies.
Yeah, no, I think one movie was enough. I'm okay with not any more ponytail sex.
Yeah, and in 2018, that will be 9 years after the original Avatar movie came out. 9 years later, if they make that date. And he's been notorious. Like, it was supposed to come out last year, then it was supposed to come out this year, then it was supposed to come out next year. Now it's coming out in 2018. So it's like, are you even going to make that date? I don't know. They did change their logo on their Facebook page, so surely they've got there's probably people in an office working on that movie right now, so that's good to think about, but, I mean, come on. I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you guys think? Let us know in the comments section below. Do you have anything else to add for Avatar before we move on into our something old, something new?
No.
Over it.
Over it.
Moving on. Today, we're going to talk about something old. Something old is a movie that came out the year I was born. Batman Forever is directed by Joel Schumacher. After Batman Returns came out in 1992, the McDonald's pulled their plug for it. They didn't even release toys for it because it was so scary. Penguin was weird, Catwoman was sexual, and then all these other things happened that just people were like, we need to step back and reevaluate the Batman movies and change it for the better. So what do? They made it a child's film. So I actually like Batman Forever. How about you? But I mean, Tommy Lee Jones at the time, he was pretty interesting. But I mean, just look back nostalgically, because we talked about Batman 1989 not too long ago on the show, and I think you were there. Yeah, you were there for that show.
Yeah.
And so, comparing that movie to this film, how did you feel?
I'm not gonna lie, I have a very soft spot for Batman Forever.
Oh, yeah?
It was the first Batman film I ever watched as a kid.
Okay.
And yeah, as you said, it's a lot lighter than the one before.
Sure, yeah, but the greatest it hit us right at the perfect time because we were kids.
Yeah,
and it's like-
exactly.
it was it did seem, and I watched the director's commentary with Joel Schumacher recently, and that's what got me thinking that it should be something old. And he talked about how he just was trying to make it feel like a fun comic book, and I'm like, I kind of get where you're going for that because he sounds like he doesn't understand there's more kinds of tones for comics more so than the 1966 comics. So it's like, but I mean, I thought it was a really good attempt to make a more fun Batman movie, and it's really interesting that we live in a world now where we can take, okay, there's 1966 Batman, 1989 Batman, 1995 Batman,
and they're all so different.
Yeah, so very different, and then we get a just compare and contrast them all. So it's pretty good. What did you think about Edward Nygma, played by Jim Carrey?
Dude, I kind of look back on it, and I was just like, wow, he did a lot of radical stuff.
He really did.
Like, Bruce Wayne, he was just like, no, we're not doing your, mind-reading TV idea. And then he's just like,
I'm evil.
He's like, fine, I'll kill your secretary. And I'm just like, what?
Okay. Yeah, he cracks me up.
I feel like they chose the right man for the job because it's Jim Carrey. He's crazy, it's kooky, and I don't know. The Riddler can definitely be portrayed as that, especially if we're going for a more kind of fun comic book feel.
It's cool. You mentioned there's different iterations of these characters in the comics. Riddler can go from being an almost Joker clone, kind of jokey riddle guy, or he can be an evil, straight, wearing a suit with a purple tie, and he's got the question marks, and he's just leaving. He's like a psychopath, but they definitely went with the comedic psychopath.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked, for what it was, I enjoyed Edward Nygma, or I keep calling it Edward now, Jim Carrey's portrayal of it, especially when he's Edward, because he's very funny. He's like, in that scene where he first tests out his mind control device on his boss, it's one of my favorite comedic moments from a superhero movie. Well, yeah, that I can think of right now. But it's just very fun. Now, the movie, granted, from a critical standpoint, not the best, because there's a lot of things that are...
I got like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. I would, yeah. But, I mean, when you think, and it definitely foreshadowed what was to come with Batman and Robin.
Oh, yeah.
But it's fun. It's a fun movie, and I definitely think that this is a movie that definitely should be, it shouldn't be grouped in with Batman and Robin, because Batman and Robin was a poor attempt at doing the fun, comical version of Batman. I thought this was a decent, at least, attempt at doing the fun, comical Batman. Still, I mean... a lot of cheesy moments.
Yeah.
Very cheesy moments. It's hard to...
I'll be honest, I kind of like the cheesy moments.
The cheesy moments...
I like the cheese.
It adds to the enjoyment factor whenever you're just putting it in and rewatching it and you're like, wow, okay, let's just have some laughs. I know how the story's going to go because I'll never watch The Dark Knight to have some laughs or just to...
Oh, no, God.
I have to be in the mood to watch The Dark Knight.
I want something dark,
gritty. With some meat on it. This is like a fun popcorn. You can just put it in and watch it. I don't know. And I was going to say something mean about the Avengers, but I'm not going to do it. I was going to say, if you asked me would I rather watch the Avengers or Batman Forever, I'd probably say Batman Forever because, I don't know, because it knows that it's silly. But I think the Avengers is a little overrated. I don't know. I'm going to get so much hate for this Something Old segment if anyone watches this video. So we're just going to move on. So I'm not even going to give a rating for Batman Forever because it's one of those movies that transcends ratings. Because if I had to give it an actual critical score, it'd probably be like a 5 out of 10, 5.5 or something like that.
But if we were going based off our nostalgia, I'd be like
7.5 out of 10 for Batman and Robin based on nostalgia and entertainment value. But that's not an actual score. That's like just me having fun with it.
Speaking of which, talking about that got me thinking of a something old we should do later.
What's that?
You want me to tell you now?
Sure, tell me right now.
I would like to do a Mortal Kombat something old.
I need to watch that because I heard that's one of the best, most hilarious bad movies ever.
It is one of my favorite. Actually, it's my straight up favorite bad movie. But of all time, it is that bad good that it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
It might be able to unseat The Cat in the Hat as one of my favorite bad movies of all time.
Oh, I think it will.
Because The Cat in the Hat is just so bad, but I love that movie because it's so how do you make a movie like this? I don't even understand. It's like one of those things. How did you get past the script stage? I don't know. So we're going to talk about something new now, and yeah, I definitely think we should do that. I'm down.
Yes.
So for something new, have you seen the new Jungle Book film?
I have not seen the new Jungle Book film, but I plan on going seeing it next week.
Have you seen the marketing kind of for it?
Yes,
and the trailers? So how do you feel? Are you looking forward to it?
I
Do we need a new
Oh,
Jungle Book?
are you talking about like the animated Jungle Book?
The new live action one.
I've not seen the new live action one.
But the trailers?
Yes, I have seen the trailers.
So what do you think of the trailers for the new live action one? And do we need a new live action one?
I don't know. It's I can't say there's not any emotional opinion in this.
Sure.
Because Jungle Books was one of those like movies I like watched with my family.
Yeah,
and
one
I
of the
really
classic
liked.
animated Disney movies, yeah.
And like, I saw that, it's gonna be. I saw the trailer and it looks a lot darker and looks a lot more serious. And I'm just like, what did you do with my Jungle Book?
Yeah. I could definitely get that inspiration because we covered actually on the very first episode of the Film Fan Club Show, Ricky and I talked about the first trailer for Jungle Book. So it's kind of fun to go from that first trailer all the way through the release of the film now on the show. But I don't know what I was doing there. So anyways, so I liked the Jungle Book. I'm going to talk about it now. It was definitely a little bit darker, but not too dark. I feel like what they did was somewhat kind of necessary in making it, because you don't want, you do want to feel like you're in the jungle, but you still want to feel like you're in this fun, imaginative Disney world. So it did definitely do that, and I definitely think that the film, it's kind of a weird kind of, like Alice in Wonderland is not really a story. It's just she meets a collection of characters, and then she goes back home. And whereas this one, it kind of is it's a mixture of that, because I haven't seen the original Jungle Book in over 10 years.
For a second I thought
I've seen it. I have seen it.
Shame.
But not since like 2006 at least. So I went in this with a relatively blank slate. I knew the original story is, Shere Khan wants to take down Mowgli. And they did that in this film too. But at the same time, he also gets to meet all the same fun characters that he met in the original. So I thought for half of the movie when he's meeting these characters, I was like, okay, that's a little weird, because it's just, it's like, okay, he meets Kaa, he meets Baloo, he meets King Louie, and then you just like, is this part of the plot, or are we just taking a second to step away from the plot to do this? But honestly, that's one of my only problems with the film, is that whenever you meet some of these characters like Kaa or King Louie, it feels a little disconnected to the main story of fighting or going up against Shere Khan. Also, I guess another complaint that I had was the kid is a little bit stupid at times. Not the actor. The actor did a brilliant job, especially considering he's a child actor.
Yeah, but the way they wrote him.
Like, I'm not going to get into what happened, but there's something at the end where he does a thing, and you're just like, you're a dumbass, and like you just did the thing they told you not to do throughout the whole movie, and then you did it. And why? And nobody gets mad at him for it. Everyone's like, it's okay, Mowgli. And then it's like, I would have been a little bit more mad if you would have done X, X, X. And
just like, are you kidding? The one thing.
The one thing we told you not to do. You're gonna know by the time. But I mean, it's one of those things. You see a movie and they're like, don't do this, and it's like, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. He did it. He did it. But let's get over into what I liked about the movie. The voice actors all did a fantastic job. I loved this cast is stellar, and I don't like to say that because that's what a lot of critics say. It's like, this cast is stellar, and it's like, okay, whatever. But is it really? But you got Ben Kingsley as Bagheera. You got Bill Murray as Baloo. You got Scarlett Johansson as Kaa the Snake. Idris Elba as Shere Khan. So I mean, all these voice actors, and they do a powerful job. I mean, Idris Elba, he didn't like. It's hard to say you sounded like a lion, but it felt really natural coming out of that lion's mouth. And the wolves, they were so cute because they talk and they're like little baby wolves, and they're like, "Mommy, is Mowgli gonna be all right?" And it's like, and then you go home and you see your dogs, and you're like, I wish you could talk. That would be cool.
Why can't you be like the wolves? You're a disappointment.
You're a disappointment. I love my dogs, but I wish they could talk. So Jungle Book is a very good film. I definitely think that you guys should go see it. It came out a couple weeks ago, but we are talking about it now because we didn't do a Film Fan Club show in between the time that it got released and now because we took a week off for Skills USA. So I really like the Jungle Book. I'm trying to think of what my score would be for it. I'm going to go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10. I was going to give it a 7.5, but then upon reflection, I think it was a very good film. I do think that it definitely had a lot more. I mean, I'm trying to think of more pros or cons for it, rather, because I don't want to just sit here and just say, hey, it's a good film, it's a good film, it's a good film, but 8 out of 10, So it definitely, there's a couple things I felt could have been improved. I did take a second to adjust to specifically Ben Kingsley as Bagheera, the panther or whatever. It took a second to kind of, because his mouth was a little bit weird. But then after I got over that, because that was the first animal we meet that talks, and it's like, wait a second, that's Ben Kingsley talking. And then also the Kaa and King Louie could have been wrapped up in the story a little bit better. Christopher Walken plays King Louis, and it's so fantastic because you can tell it's Christopher Walken because he meets him and he's like, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm the king." And it's like, "Yay!" I do terrible Christopher Walken, but he's so good in this movie. So I'm gonna give Jungle Book 8 out of 10. I already said that. So we're done with
0 out of 10. Not enough musicals.
8 out of there were two. Okay,
really?
thank you because that's a con. The musical number's a little bit weird. They do Bare Necessities, and then King Louis has a song. Bare Necessities makes sense because it's just like it's like
that's like the staple.
Exactly, and they don't actually have instruments. It's just like you can just they do. It's the score, but it's not like a full-blown orchestra kind of musical number. It's just Baloo and Mowgli hanging out, having fun. And then when it switches over to King Louis and he's singing, it's like a full-blown musical number, just like the animated film. And it's like you didn't do that for the rest of the movie, so why did you do that now? And it's a little
weird.
A little disconjointed, but I like the song that he sings, so I'm not going to complain too much. It's not going to take my score down at all. And I still think that you guys should check out Jungle Book. Fun fact, Ricky gave Jungle Book 4.5 out of 10.
Whoa!
I know. I have no idea why he gave it that. He said he did not like the kid. I just threw him under the bus, but I thought I would do that. I have a spinny chair today.
Spinny chair. Given men power since 1975.
Or maybe sooner.
I don't know. I just threw out a year.
That might be the year I think that's the year that Rocky Horror Picture Show came out.
Really?
Good movie. So, we're done with the show today. That's it. Really a little bit disconjointed, but that's fun. The most fun shows come across that way.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to turn it over to you, Richard. Where can people find you online?
You can find me online at Oddtail at YouTube, and I'll be doing a lot more stuff during the summer. Right now, there's some stuff on my channel. Not too much. Actually, YouTube just took down one of my videos, and I'm gonna kill them!
They took down one of your videos?
Yes, they took down the Nowhere Man music video.
Oh, no. Oh, because the audio for it. That sucks.
And I hate it, but I can kind of understand, but still I hate it because now I have to find the CD just so I can show that to any future employers and just be like, hey, look what I can do.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. But if you do want to check out some of this other stuff, of course, there's a lot. There's the Luigi's Mansion review and lots of fun stuff like that. I can't remember which one it was, but I watched one of your ones from the year before we met, and it was pretty funny too. Some of the stuff you did with broadcast sound.
I don't know. One of my favorites.
Oh, it's the one where God damn it, I cannot.
Commercial?
Think. No, the murderer one.
Oh, insert movie title here.
That is a great video. Go check out insert movie title here on Oddtail's YouTube channel. That was really good. So
thank you very much. I wrote the scripts for all of those.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
there you go. Also, make sure you check out Closure, directed by Anthony Fraser. I'll put that in the link to this description below. Check out Riverside Live here at Tulsa Tech. We wrapped it up a couple weeks ago, but you can still check out old episodes on their YouTube channel. And you can follow me on the various social media sites, just at Samuel D. Carrico. And I'll see you next time.
All right, see ya.
Bye.